So we've walked through the beginning of our prayer with surrender, then tuning in to his voice and revering or worshiping him. Now we're coming to open up to God. Now, a huge part of growing in intimacy with God is learning just how much he loves you. Many people don't know that he actually wants to be your best friend. 1 Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your cares on him because he cares for you." It's not just your anxieties that he wants you to hear from you. He wants to hear about your day. He wants to hear about how you're doing and about your hopes and your dreams and your struggles and your fears. And you don't have to work your way through that list or anything. I'm just saying that he wants to hear about whatever you want to share with him. He wants to take care of you. He loves hearing about you. He enjoys you. He's closer to you than you think. So let me ask you something. What do you desire in a best friend? Someone you can trust? Someone who sees you and gets you? Someone who enjoys you? Someone who will be there for you, with you, through the thick and thin? That's right? I mean, these are the things we want in a best friend. Well, there is no one who embodies these attributes more than God. So let's step a little deeper into this. And just as we mentioned in the last vid, Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. And the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." So in this passage, Paul uses, "let your requests be made known to God." And in so doing, he's giving us this word picture of letting our cares rise to the surface. So hear me. The answer to your doubts, fears, anxieties, and so on, it's not to shove them down, but it's to let them rise up to Jesus. Express whatever is weighing on your heart to the Lord, and then let him speak into what you've shared. In other words, once you've shared your heart with God, let him speak into your life. And what I mean is, what do you do in conversation with a friend? After you pour out your heart, you ask what they think, right? I would encourage you to do the exact same thing with God. Ask him what he thinks about what you've just shared with him, and he will tell you. So let's just make this a little practical, all right? So if I'm going to God with my cares today, I'm just opening up to God. I might share with him about a struggle that I'm having or a relational issue I'm having with my wife or one of my children. Maybe it's a fear. Maybe I'm scared of something. I don't know. And I share this with him. Now, as soon as I do, I say, "Lord, this is what I'm wrestling with. What do you say about that?" And I invite him to speak into it. And then he may tell me something like Isaiah 41:10 that talks about how, "Fear not, for I am with you. I will help you and uphold you with my righteous right hand. I will strengthen you," he says in that verse. Or he might tell you something different. But whatever the case, as we open up with the Lord, it's always best that we give him the final word. Because as he has the final word, we find life and redemptive truth invading our hearts in the places that we were struggling.